And what social networks are you using that you find valuable, both for yourself and also for your business?
So I work for Yammer, so I use Yammer. We use it for everything for work. And I find that it's, because the product forces you into a notion of posting sort of smaller things, whereas in the past I might have gone and put my head down for a day and created something and then asked for feedback. Now I might ask for feedback on the idea or the very notion that I'm going to do this. And so it might, instead of potentially wasting a day, I might post something and 5 minutes later find out that someone else already did it, or it doesn't need to be done after all. And just, one, it's kind of in a lean startup way, it's forcing me to be wrong all the time, which is a little exhausting, but also exhilarating because you just get things done. So I use Yammer. I use Yammer for everything. The other thing, Yammer as a company uses Yammer for work, and what that allows us to do is better use our face-to-face time. So I don't need to sit down in a one-on-one and say, so what are you doing? I know what you're doing. What I can focus on is, how is that going? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Are we strategically doing the right thing? Should we step back and think about this? And that, I think, has been tremendously helpful, because most people are so busy, and like, how can you think when you don't have time to think? And it affords a little bit of that space. Personally, I use Facebook, but I don't use it for business. I do check in on it all the time. I like seeing updates from a variety of people. And I think in particular there's a lot of people that I knew in my past that have become really interesting, accomplished people. It's just cool to see what's going on with them. And then Twitter I use professionally. A few years ago it felt weird to say that I had Twitter friends, but I do. More about the world and about other people's perspectives through that. And, last year, actually, there's a guy, Anil Dash, and through somewhat luck, he ended up being one of those people to follow on Twitter. He got featured early on, so he has like 1 million followers. And he beat women for a year. Wow. And he didn't talk about this until 2014. And he said that one of the interesting things was that it didn't really seem to make a difference in terms of, like, no one noticed and complained. And he just felt like he was doing a good thing by amplifying viewpoints. Wow. And that's been really fascinating. There's a lot of people who I might not have otherwise heard from, and now I just have this like really interesting perspective, and it challenges me a lot to just think about things differently. So I think it's great. I never thought about it that way.
Very exciting. So my final question to you is going to be, if you were a furniture, what would you be?
It would be a ladder, because they're useful. You can climb part way up or all the way up, or you can just sit on it. And also, I'm very short, so I would enjoy the height that being a ladder would allow me to be.
Very good. Thank you so much, both for this talk and for a very inspiring workshop earlier today.
Okay.